What's up guys, it's going to be Stu here back in the video. Today's video is what if Tien was a Saiyan. So this is the final part one of each. And let's begin. So in a bit of context, Tien's father in Hercule's video, Shigesh Tora Yamcha, will be Borgos, who of course was the guy with the scar on his face. Now, in Bardock's squad. And there's Borgos. And on a mission he would end up meeting a member of the Tri clan and having a child. Being afraid that his kid, upon a Vegeta wiping out Tien's mother, raised Tien in isolation from the Frieza army, but he was eventually sent to Earth for his own protection. So yes, Tien is a hybrid Saiyan. Technically, he's a hybrid, but I have no way of knowing the other, how he'd get the third eye. So I'm just thinking we give Tien, like there are ancient Saiyans where they have like third eyes. And there were two clans. There were Yamoshi's clan, and then there was the other clan, and they developed over time and had a third eye sense. So Tien gets sent to Earth. So Tien would be trained by Master Shen, and he is a lot stronger. He loves fighting. Master Shen notices that Tien loves fighting and he loves training. So that's very serious. So Tien's personality wouldn't change. It's just that he's a Saiyan. So everything else up until this point would play the same, because Tien is actually, out of any of the characters, is introduced pretty late into the original. He's not super late, but he's like halfway through the series. So during his battle with Goku, I think he would still break Yamcha's leg because that had nothing with him being a Saiyan. And he would just about be... It would be a lot closer, I think, between him and Goku. Like, the gap would be a lot wider, I think. And Goku would also realize Tien has the tail as well, which I think Tien could master that weakness, unlike Goku in the 23rd tournament. So Tien would be aware that Goku's weakness is his tail. Because the big reason Goku was able to master this in the 22nd tournament, so I definitely think with a decade of training under Tien's belt, there's no way Tien wouldn't be able to master this. So, of course, the King Piccolo saga happens, and Chaozu obviously does join the Z Fighters, and Krillin is still killed by King Piccolo. The gang still meet Yajirobe. Chaozu and Master Roshi are still killed. Tien wants to do Fuba, but he also trains himself to try and defeat them. So Tien is a lot stronger. I also think around this point, Tien would climb Korin's tower, and Goku and Tien would be seen as rivals, and Launch still likes him at this point. And Goku still drinks the Ultra Divine Water, and kills Tambourine, and Symbol gets killed. Obviously, Piano gets killed very easily. Now, I actually think the fight between Drum and Tien would be a bit different, because in the original, Drum was leagues above Tien. But I do believe that this version of Tien was not only training, and the Mafuba, further training, could realistically defeat Drum. Could realistically beat Drum. But I can't say the same. Can't say the same for King Piccolo, because Goku had to drink the Ultra Divine Water just to beat him. So, and we know that we know how that if he didn't, I believe King Piccolo would have won. So, I think they get killed, and then Chaozu and Krillin and Master Roshi get revived. So Mr. Popo would get Goku, and I also think Goku would take Tien training with him around this point as well. And it's important that Tien gets taken because he wants to get stronger and become a better martial artist. So he'd want to get stronger as well. So he wants to get stronger too. So I'm just gonna bring 23 Goku, and Krillin Yamcha, Master Roshi, tells these three to go off by themselves. And Yajirobe trains by himself like normal. So now we have the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament. Okay, so this is actually going to be quite different now, because I think in the World Tournament, Yajirobe doesn't qualify, but everyone else qualifies for the second round. And Chelsea doesn't make it. So Yamcha and Krillin would be a little bit weaker than the original, because they wouldn't have Tien to train with. But Tien's a lot stronger, so that balances it out. So, Tao versus Tien, Goku versus Chi-Chi, Piccolo versus Yamcha, Krillin, and Yamcha versus Shen. So I think Tien and Tao, I think Tien would still be able to beat Tao. Goku versus Chi-Chi would play roughly the same. And I think this would still work. I think Goku would be a lot stronger now because he has a sparring partner, because in the original, Goku was really strong by himself. And I think Tien, with Tien's additional training, I think Goku would still be able to beat Chi-Chi. So Piccolo and Krillin, I think Krillin would still lose, and then Yamcha would still be defeated, unfortunately. Even though I think he should have won that fight personally, or Kami should have just fought somebody else. I think Yamcha should have at least progressed further in one tournament, even if it wasn't the final round. But that's a different conversation for a different day. So, Goku and Tien, and then Piccolo and Shen. So, Shen would still lose. Now, between Tien and Goku, I think this is really close. Because Tien had the multi-form. But I don't think Tien would use it in this timeline. Because the big reason Tien wouldn't use it is because him and Goku trained with each other for like 3 years. So Goku would be aware of his technique. And they were on the lookout for the entire time. So, between Tien and Goku, I did consider if Tien would get a bit more of a boost in power because he's a hybrid Saiyan. Because he's like ignorant Saiyan, he has the third eye. But I don't think he would. I think Tien's growth is going to be the same as Goku's. And I think between Tien and Goku, if I'm being honest, I actually think Goku wins. I'm going to say Goku just about beats Tien. And Tien won the 22nd tournament. So Goku wins against Tien. And then Goku beats Piccolo. And then Shen still spares. They want to spare Piccolo. So he still leaves. And Goku marries Chi-Chi. Now, would Tien get with a launch in this scenario? I don't know. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'll put a poll and ask you guys, would you like Tien and Launch to get together in the future for Dragon Ball Z? And another question is, would they have a child together? So if they were together or not, that would be interesting. So that's it for this video. You guys are watching. That is my timeline on Tien. I know it's not a long part, but that's the problem. He's not really in. He's in quite a bit of Dragon Ball, but I think I've covered the main part of the theory before we continue with Z, Super, and even GT. Even though the characters weren't nearly in GT as much as they were in the other series, I still want to cover GT because I think GT is actually pretty good in its own right. So, yeah. Peace, farewell.